good morning, kids. Good morning, Krusty. Good morning, Patty. Listen, Patty, I have some news for you. I have to tell you something. I'm kind of excited, but you might be disappointed. Oh, what is it, Krusty? I'm a little bit apprehensive of what you're going to say. Well, I have decided that I'm moving to Rhode Island. Why, Krusty? Because after what you said a couple weeks ago about an island, the island of Malta, I decided that I want to live on an island. I want to be surrounded by water. Krusty, I have some bad news for you. What? Rhode Island is not an island. What do you mean it's not an island? It's called Rhode Island, isn't it? I know, it's one of the 50 states. It's near your favorite state, Connecticut. It's near Connecticut and it's in New England, but it's not an island. Then why did they name it Rhode Island? I don't know, Krusty. Actually, I don't know. But it's funny that you should mention an island because my story today is about an island. Oh, good. Another story about an island. So do tell. Okay, so I haven't talked about this man yet, but another friend of Jesus, besides Saul, who became Paul, and Peter, was a man named John. John? No, we haven't heard about John yet. So who's John? So John was one of Jesus's 12 close friends that Jesus used to hang around with and that followed Jesus to learn from Jesus. But now John was an old man. Oh, yeah, young people get old after a while. That happened to my grandfather, too. Yes, and when he got to be old, God sent him to an island called Patmos, not Malta. Nope, the island of Patmos. Oh, so why did God send John to an island called Patmos? Because God had a plan for him. God wanted to talk to him about something, and he wanted it to be private. So he sent him to an island so he could live all by himself. Oh, that sounds very intriguing. So what happened? So God sent an angel to John to tell him the future. Oh, the future. What's the future? Well, the future means what's going to happen tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and the next days. Well, wait, I think there's a problem with your story, Patty, because we cannot know tomorrow what's going to happen tomorrow. We can know about yesterday. I remember yesterday because I went to the beach. But I can't know about tomorrow because tomorrow didn't happen yet. Yes, but if you're God, you already know tomorrow before it happens. You know yesterday and today and tomorrow. Oh, that's right, because God knows everything, right? So God is going to tell John through the angel what's going to happen tomorrow. That's right. And why is God going to tell that to John? Because God wants us to be ready. Us? What do you mean us? Well, the angel told John, I'm going to tell you some things and I want you to write them down in a book. Oh, I'm learning to write in a book. I can write A, B, and C so far. Well, John was going to write all these things down in a book that the angel told him. Okay, and he's writing it for us? That's right, we still have the book, Krusty. You can read that book yourself. It's called Revelation. Revelation, what does that mean? It means God is going to show you what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so that's very good. And so what, pray tell, did the angel tell to John? Well, the angel told John, these are the things that are going to happen in the future. Well, when are they going to happen? Next week? We don't know exactly when. God didn't tell us the day. And then, guess what happened? What happened next? Then Jesus, the voice of Jesus was heard from heaven, and John heard his voice, and he saw Jesus up in heaven. Up in heaven? That's right. Oh, man. And so, did John go up and give him a big hug, and did they hang around together like before? No. Krusty, Jesus looked all different than he used to look. What do you mean? He didn't look the same anymore? Was he taller or shorter, or did he wear his hair different? No. When Jesus came to see John, he was all shining like the sun. He was shining? That's right, he was shining and white and bright, and his eyes were like fire. Was John scared? I think he was a little scared, but the angel said, don't be afraid. God is not going to hurt you. He's going to tell you things. Okay, so Jesus talked to John. That's right. Jesus said to John, I have some messages for you. Oh, so John must have written it down in his book, right? He had a pen. Yeah, he had some kind of pen. And what was the message that Jesus gave to John to write in the book? Well, Jesus said, I have a message for the churches. Oh, I'm in a church. Yes, so there were lots of churches after Jesus left. And Jesus said, I have some messages that I want to give to the churches. Okay, I like messages. So what did Jesus say? Well, he talked to 7 churches. And the first one he said, I've been watching you, church, and I love you very much. And I can see that you're a very, very busy church and you're doing a lot of good things. Oh, so Jesus was very happy with them because they were doing good things. Yes, Jesus was happy. But he said, there's one little problem in your church. Oh, what's the problem? I know, the chairs are not comfortable, right? No, it wasn't about that. Jesus said, listen, you just don't love me as much as you used to love me. Oh, that makes me very sad. But wait a minute, you said they were doing good stuff. Yes, but you can do good stuff, but you can lose your love. Where did they lose it? They just didn't notice it, but they didn't love Jesus as much as before. So what did Jesus do? Is he mad at them? Is he going to close the church? No, Jesus said, I want you to think about it, and I want you to remember how you used to love me before, and I want you to keep loving me like that so that we can all be happy together in heaven, and you won't have to be chastised or anything. Oh, yeah, I don't like to be chastised, whatever that is. So then he gave a message to the second church. Oh, okay, the second church. What did he say to the second church? Was that a church down the street? It was a church in another town. And Jesus said, listen, I'm going to tell you something that's hard. In the future, that means some tomorrow, right? That's right. Some people are going to be very mean to you. But I'm telling you ahead of time because I don't want you to be afraid. Because I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay with you. Okay, so even if something bad happens, as long as Jesus and God stay with us, then we don't have to be afraid, right? That's right. That's why Jesus told them to prepare them ahead of time. I like to be prepared for things ahead of time. Sometimes if I have to go to the doctor or the dentist, if my mother tells me ahead of time, then I like to know ahead of time. No funny surprises. That's right. That's what Jesus said. No funny surprises. I'm telling you ahead of time so you won't worry. Okay. So what did he say to the third church? So to the third church, he said, I see what you're doing, and you're doing a lot of good stuff. Good for you. But there's one problem. Oh, no, they have a problem? Yep, he said, there's some bad teaching going on in your church, and you're putting up with it. Oh, they shouldn't put up with it. Some people were saying things that were not true. That's right. They were making some mistakes, and it was making people all messed up in their heads. So Jesus said, stop it. Go back to the Bible and the truth, and just teach the truth, and don't make up any stuff. And tell those people who are teaching bad things that they shouldn't do that anymore. Oh, okay, that was good advice, because you don't want Jesus to come back and find out that you're doing the wrong thing, right? That's right. And so Jesus had a message for all of the churches. And, well, what did he say to the fourth church? Well, I'll just tell you one more church. He said to this church, he said, look it, I see that you're very busy and you're very popular and you do a lot of cool things, but you're really dead. What do you mean? All those people were dead in the church? Well, he meant that you really don't care about the things that God cares about. You're just doing your own programs and things. But that's not a good report. That's right. So Jesus told them that because he wanted to punish them? No, Jesus always tells us things that are wrong so that we can correct them and we can say we're sorry and we can do better. Oh, because Jesus wants us to do better. He wants us to be as good as we can be. That's right, Krusty, because Jesus is coming back. Okay, I want to know when exactly he's coming back because I might be busy that day. Well, Krusty, it's true. People are going to be busy when Jesus comes back, but we don't know what day that is. So we always have to be watching. Watching? That's right. We always have to remember that God can come back any day. But what if I'm playing with my friends that day? Right? And some people will be washing their car. Some people will be cooking dinner. Some people will be having a cookout. Also, people will be doing all kinds of things. But the people who will be happy when Jesus comes back are the people who care about God and they pray to him and they love him. Oh, I want to be one of those people. So I'm glad that Jesus gave some messages to the church. So I'm gonna make sure that I stay close to God. Well, that's the idea there, Krusty. So anyway, that's enough for today. And tomorrow I'll tell you some other exciting things that the angel said. You mean next Sunday? That's right. I mean next Sunday. Okay, well then, kids, I shall see you again next Sunday. I hope you like my hairdo. Do I look a little bit neater? Well, anyway, so I'll see you later, because right now I gotta go.